you sometimes feel like in the day-to-day work that you do, that there's not really that much meaning, right? That you wake up in the morning, you go to your job, and after your job, you have your free time, then you sit on the couch, you watch Netflix, you watch TV, maybe eat some delicious pizza, drink some soft drink, whatever it might be, and then just relax for the rest of the day until you sleep, and then repeat the whole process. You have to pay the rent, you have to pay bills, all of those things needs to be covered, and this is the only reason why you really go to the job, but deep down inside you truly hate what you're doing and you don't really like it. Today I want to talk about my thoughts on purpose and why it is important. Maybe ask you some questions that will help you reflect a bit on your life and maybe on your purpose, or whether you have a purpose or not, or whether it might be important to have a purpose or not. Because if you think about it, okay, let's say you do not have a purpose. Is there really a direction in life that you have then? Is there really something, okay, this is maybe it might be super far away, but I can work day to day towards those goals. If you don't have a purpose, if you don't have those goals, there's nothing in life that gives you direction, right? So you're just, by definition, floating around in life, not doing anything of significance. So without a purpose, there's no direction, and without direction, we never end up anywhere, right? There was nobody who said, okay, I just woke up without a plan, without a direction, and I was successful, but there were many people out there that say, okay, I had no direction, I had no plan, and I ended up fat, overweight, broke, or whatever. Being planless, being without direction ends all the time in failure, but never in success. And I assume you want success, or I assume you want at least a better life. And the next thing, if you don't have a purpose, you're not building your own life. This is like the first thing, like you're not building your own life, right, towards something better. But even worse, you're building some life, like you're building somebody else's life, you're becoming part of somebody else's dream. A cashier in the supermarket, she's building an empire, but she's not building her own empire, she's building an empire of her boss that hires her for like super low wage. She's working every day, day in and day out, or let's say 5 days a week, whatever, maybe on the weekends sometimes, while he's getting richer every day off because of that. So the second point is, without a purpose, are you really using your time wisely? Are you really using your time in a productive way? You have nothing really to strive towards. You will be naturally drawn to short-term gratification, like to short-term pleasure. You will naturally be doing bad habits because there's no internal motivation to say, okay, I will say no to those bad habits and I will gather good habits. I will do all those good habits so I'm more likely to achieve my goal. But there's no goal, no purpose in the first place, so you will not even start thinking about, okay, how can I replace my bad habits? The purpose makes us think long-term, okay, my actions, what consequences will they have in the long term, right? But if you do not have the purpose, we will naturally think more short-term. All right, to cut to the chase, there's just no reason for you to pick up better habits if you have no purpose, if you have no really goal, right? And this video should also be like a little reminder, or like it should help you to say, okay, I will sit down now and I will reflect on my life and think, okay, what is my picture? I talked about this several times on this channel, but really it's literally, what do you envision for yourself? What do you really want to live? Which pictures come up if you say, okay, this is what I want to do, right? It might be traveling through Latin America, like maybe I'm in Medellin, Colombia right now. This might be your picture. Maybe it's Asia somewhere. Maybe it's not traveling, but maybe it's building your business somewhere in office and making millions. Maybe it's just, I don't know, finding your dream woman and then living in a forest and living a very simple life, like very peaceful life, maybe finding to God, whatever your picture might be. But just ask yourself, okay, what is your picture? And then start making decisions towards your picture. This will not only help you with your purpose, because it could be your purpose, right? But it also helps you with the motivation anymore. But because if our decisions aren't aligned with our pictures, like what we truly want, this will lead to demotivation. Always to demotivation in the long run. Now, when you define your picture, it really takes you some time for this, right? Not only in like 10 minutes or something, write some bullshit down, or really think about this deeply and define it very clearly what you want. And now, okay, you have something to strive towards, right? The problem is, I think why many people do not have goals or pictures or something to strive towards is because they just don't believe that this is possible, right? They think, okay, I have this goal, yeah, but I will never achieve this, right? But then I want you to realize and tell you, okay, there were some people who had the exact same goals as you, that were probably worse off than you or the same as you, and they have achieved it. All those people that have achieved your goals, because people have achieved your goals that you set yourself, they were just flesh and blood, right? And what are you? Flesh and blood. The only difference between you and those people is that those people did the right things often enough and you haven't yet. This doesn't mean it's impossible for you. So once you have your goal of something to strive towards, all you basically need is like belief and not losing hope, which go together, right? Because if we have hope, we believe in better future, better circumstance in the future, right? So they go together. In the video yesterday, I shared about the rat example, right? The rats that were put in the water and then once they gave up hope, they died. There's another interesting example from Viktor Frankl, and I think he was a neuroscientist or a psychiatrist. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you probably heard of him, right? He was an Auschwitz survivor, and he wrote the book Man's Search for Meaning. And he observed something super interesting, and there was the people in Auschwitz that at some point have given up hope on surviving, hope on a better future, hope of leaving. They started dying, right? So once there was no hope anymore, there was no life anymore. The people just internally gave up. The people who had a purpose or who still had hope, they were the ones that were most likely to survive Auschwitz, right? So the purpose also helps you with the hope, right? So it's vice versa, right? So the hope and the belief helps you with the purpose and strive towards the purpose. But the purpose of having something which is, okay, this is something I can work for, also sometimes gives you hope. And there's a quote by Viktor Frankl that said, "He who has a strong why to live for can bear with almost any how." Now it gets clear, right? Because why is equal your purpose, right? Why are you doing this for your purpose, for the higher goal that you're striving towards, right? When you have this, then the circumstances can be shit, they can be horrible, but you figure out a how. Okay, I don't care about how to do this. It will be hard, but there's a why I have to do this, right? So those people in Auschwitz, they found a reason to continue living because the why was great enough. Often it's like, okay, when our circumstances are bad or something, we settle for something. Okay, I had this goal here, but I settle. This is all right, I'm fine, I'm good. I can go through this, I can go through the suffer. But where our why is often more strong is when we see somebody else suffer, when we do something for somebody else, right? For example, our parents, we want to retire our parents. This is why, or your why you have to build a business, right? Might be your why. Or you want to do it for your future wife, your future children. You want to be there for them. You want them to have a better financial situation or grow up in a better financial situation than you grew up. And this might be your why you have to improve your finances and why there's no reason why you would accept failure. All right, I appreciate that you watched until the end, and I hope you learned something, or at least I hope that if you haven't had like a goal or a purpose before this video, that you at least now think about, okay, what could be your picture, what could be your goal, your purpose, that you from now on strive towards. Because again, there are people that have achieved exactly what you dream of, right? That are your wildest dreams. People out there that have achieved this already, and they are flesh and blood. They're just like you, so it's possible for you, right? So let me give you some belief here, some hope. All right, for everybody who's new, welcome to the channel, by the way. My name is Dennis, and some years ago I committed myself to achieve all of my goals and dreams, and the journey is, or the goal is, to document everything here on YouTube, the ups, the downs, and my learnings, of course, in between, and they will be shared here on the channel. So if this is interesting, consider subscribing, and we'll see each other with lots of hope, with lots of belief in the next video. Thanks for watching. Dios bendiga.